Good evening, everyone. I'm very excited to be talking to you about one of my favorite founding fathers whose enduring legacy continues to this day. Thomas Jefferson was an integral figure in the founding of this country. He served as vice president under John Adams and was himself the third president of the United States. I love the quote from Lewis and Onoff because it talks about why Jefferson was so popular, not only in his day, but today, 200 years after his passing. Yet perhaps it was the very modesty of Jefferson's personal ambitions, epitomized by the claim that his Declaration of Independence was intended to be an expression of the American mind and not of his own imperious will, that has made him such a compelling and resonant figure in the American historical imagination. When thinking about the legacy of Thomas Jefferson, it is important to remember that he was very clear about what he thought his legacy was and what he wanted his legacy to be. He designed his own gravestone and epitaph and made sure that three things were included. One, that he was the author of the Declaration of Independence. Two, that he was the author of the Virginia Statute of Religious Freedom. And three, that he was the founder of the University of Virginia. He explained that because by these, as testimonials I have lived, I wish most to be remembered. Now, we all know the significance of the Declaration of Independence. It is what Thomas Jefferson is most known for. It's the first thing that people will mention about him before almost anything else. I love the quote, "In the Revolution, George Washington was the sword, Patrick Henry was the voice, and Thomas Jefferson was the pen." The second most notable legacy of Thomas Jefferson is his work on religious freedom. Daniel Dreisbach states that in 1777, Jefferson drafted a bill for establishing religious freedom, one of the most venerated documents in American political history. The Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom disestablished the Church of England in Virginia and guaranteed freedom of religion to people of all religious faiths, including Christian of all denominations, Jews, Muslim, and Hindus. The statute was a notable precursor for the Establishment Clause and Free Exercise Clause in the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. The third most notable legacy was the establishment of the University of Virginia. Education was extremely important to Thomas Jefferson. Throughout his political career, he worked to improve education. He insisted that no republic could maintain itself in strength without the broad education of its people. This led him to founding the University of Virginia in 1819 near Monticello in Charlottesville, Virginia. As president, probably his most notable legacy is the Louisiana Purchase. The Louisiana Purchase was the acquisition of the Louisiana Territory, which is about 828,000 square miles by the United States from France in 1803. The United States paid a total of about 68 million francs for it, and it included land from 15 present United States and 2 Canadian provinces. It included land that forms Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, portions of Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, New Mexico, Texas, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and Louisiana, of course, and small portions of land in present Canadian provinces of Alberta and Saskatchewan. This is Thomas Jefferson's grave, again designed by himself, stating what he knew to be his most enduring legacies. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you next week.